Big tank.
This is the first time Tambi's seen the inside of the tank.
Uh-huh.
And you see some of the little spots and things on the inside. The corrosion doesn't look horrible, but it is enough where I feel like it makes good sense, just as a preventive measure, to seal these things internally. So the first step is to sand the entire inside of the tank with 80 grit sandpaper. Okay, I have my sander head thing on a long stick. I have my work light stuck down there in the tank. Now we're going to play a game called Sand the Tank and see how long it takes to knock that work light into the bottom. Now I'm switching over to this big, beefy, very coarse Brillo pad.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, it turns out that took about 20 minutes. Alright, we've got to fish the light out of the hole. Looks like Tambi has the tool for the job. Alright, go get that thing, darling. Ta-da! Thank you, honey. Okay, now I'm to the part where I have to hand sand. And we have the vacuum down in there, and that is basically our dust extractor. Works great. Sweating into the fuel tank. There's like drops of sweat on the bottom. I hope that doesn't react with the epoxy.
Me too.
That's alright, I'll clean it up. There's my sander in the bottom. Oh, Tambi. Oh. Tambi's on the job. This is why we make such an outstanding team, folks. She saves me from all of my mistakes.
There you go.
Great job, darling.
Thank you.
Keep that grabber close.
Right here.
Okay, it is all sanded. So now I need to get in there and clean out some of the loose stuff like that. I'm just going to get the vacuum cleaner in there. I am not going to use the brush, I don't think, because you don't want to introduce any grease into this now, because it has already been degreased. Me and my buddy Terry, when he was down here helping me out, we degreased this whole thing. So you don't want to get any kind of grease in there. And even with this G-Flex 650, you don't even wipe it down with a solvent. No acetone, nothing like that. You actually just use some microfiber cloths like this to give it a wipe, and that's it. You put it straight on after that. So I'm just going to get the vacuum, pipe, suck out as much of that dust as I can, get the microfiber, get it wiped, and then we'll be ready for epoxy. This is ridiculous.
The hole.
There it is.
Big enough.
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
Until next time. All right. It is prepped. That's what the pad looks like after wiping the dust out.
93 degrees in here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh.
You're sweaty mess.
The funny thing is, it feels far cooler than what we've been dealing with
Yeah.
for the last month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Been working outside. But yes, it is still warm in here for sure. Okay, we are ready, or at least the tank is ready, for us to start putting the epoxy on there. Now the thing about this epoxy, like most epoxies, is that when you add subsequent layers to it, you want to do it before the layer below it is fully cured. So what that means is once we start this part of the project, we're not going to stop until it's done. So I'm going to put epoxy in the forwards, well actually the back section, middle section, forward section, and then we're going to start over and repeat. Back section, middle section, forward section. Once we start going, we can't stop. Well, we can stop. If we were to stop and the epoxy was to completely cure, that just means we have to sand it all again and clean it up and prep the surface, and we don't want to do that. So we are about to have some lunch before we start this project. So what's on the menu, darling?
Sandwiches. Turkey, cheese, salami, and pepperoni.
Sounds good. Okay, so we just cracked these things open. This one doesn't have much smell at all. This hardener about melted my nose hairs when I took a way too deep whiff of it than I should have. Holy crap. Alright, so we're going to have to turn off that air conditioner, set up a fan, open this up, and get some ventilation going in here, because I feel like that is going to get pretty powerful pretty fast. Yeah, alright. Time out, let's do that. Companionway is open. The fan is blowing. We have the bathroom hatch open back there, so hopefully that's creating a bit of airflow through here. Tambi is holding a piece of tape. What are you doing?
Just taping this down so it doesn't drop.
Oh, flop around all over?
Flop around.
Yeah, I like that.
Say that again, baby.
We're done.
Woohoo!
Woo, man, man, man. Like every other project we've ever done in our history of working on boats, this one was more difficult than I thought it was going to be. All right, so this is what things are looking like down in there. You know, just kind of has this uniform whiteness to it. It's not a solid white, it is still kind of translucent, so you can still sort of see the tank through it a bit. but it is all uniformly coated. Okay, we are finished. The video is over. The fuel tank has been treated with the G-Flex 650 epoxy, so hopefully that tank is good to go. That's 130 gallons of diesel. We're just gonna run on that single tank for now. We're gonna empty the 250-gallon ones, and those are just gonna be spares.
All right, well, we're not sure what we're doing next, but we'll see you next time.
Yeah, I don't know what we're getting into, but it's gonna be something. Whatever it is, we'll see you there.
All right,
All right, bye.
Thank you for watching this week's episode. We have a few new patrons who came aboard this week, and we would like to say thank you to Leslie, Tom,
and Walter.
Thank you for joining.
Yep, thank you. We really appreciate it. Right, Molly?
Yes. So we got some things from our Amazon wish list, and we have
battery lugs and also heat shrinks in this little kit here. Now this came from Ryan. I've actually already started using some of this stuff. We're putting in new batteries and also wiring up our windlass, so these are going to be extra handy for those projects. There's a note here. It says, Ben and Tambi always look like they have fun working together. Hope this helps keep some spark in the relationship. Good one, Ryan. Thank you so much. And what do you have there, Molly?
hose or wire?
That is hose or wire. Yes, one of the two. Which is it, Molly? It weighs like 60 pounds, so I'm guessing it's probably wire, right?
Yeah.
So this is wire from Sam and Fam. Thank you guys so much. This is for our windlass project. We have the new windlass. We just need to install it and get it wired up. In fact, Tambi and I are headed down to the boat tomorrow to do exactly that. So thank you so much, Sam and Fam. This is a huge help.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good job, Molly.
I knew it better.
Nice job, nice job. Let me tell you a little bit about G-Flex 650 epoxy. G-Flex 650 is a versatile liquid epoxy that permanently bonds fiberglass, ceramics, and metals. Plastic, damp and difficult to bond woods. G-Flex is toughened to make structural bonds that absorb the stresses of expansion, contraction, shock, and vibration. Not a paid advertisement.
Such a dork.
I think the fumes are getting to me.
Yeah.
Woo! G-Flex! Woo!
Oh my gosh. Man.
Oh, holy crap, Molly! Oh, your name's not Molly.
Maybe you should step outside.
I'm fine.
You look like... Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
The weirdest clip we've ever recorded.